Hey guys, it's Maymay, and today we're going to make some fun 6x6 action cards. These are cards that have something that you do on them. And I made one of these a long time ago that was a little bit different. In the card I made a long time ago, you actually tore the front piece off, and I didn't actually have the stamps that said tear here or anything at the time. So I'm going to link that video below because I think it's pretty cool. I love the way that card turned out, and it's kind of my inspiration for these guys. So let's start with the first one. So you notice that it says lift here on the top. I'll bring that up where you guys can see it. And then for my sentiment, I did wishing you a hashtag happy birthday. And I'll show you how I did all that too. And so you'll lift here. And there's a little bit of temporary adhesive right there. And notice that here it says pull with an arrow facing out. Or let me bring that up where you can see it. It says pull. And then you just pull this out and you end up with a little gift card pocket. You could put cash in here, you could put a gift card in here, or whatever. And the card is a 6x6 card. So you can still put this in an envelope and you can still mail it. It might be a little more expensive, but you know, very little dimension. I popped this up just a little bit, but this lays pretty flat. So there's the first one. And now this little card, I just love how this turned out. I love these 6x6 cards. This one, I just used my stitched stamp. I'm going to show you how to use all the stuff. The little happy birthday, which is from a different stamp set. I'll show you that. But here's my favorite part. Do you see this part right here? It's a little tab. Make sure you guys can see it. I'm going to stick something behind it so it'll show really well. So it's a little tab that sticks up, okay? And when you pull it, get ready for this. There's money in it. Now, it's only $1 because that's what I got in the house. Who keeps cash, right? So what I did was I just did a little slit in this paper and hung this bill in there. Isn't that cool? And then you can just slide it into your card. So when you get ready to give this to somebody, you can have money in there and they never even know it. How cool is that, huh? You could put a check. You could even put a gift card on there. So the little pull tab. All right, this is the style we're going to make today with the little pull tab. I want to show you how I did that. And we're going to use this paper pad. Don't you guys hate when this happens? I hate that. This paper pad, I think, is a gift to me because I don't remember purchasing this, but I love it. So if you gave it to me, tell me in the comments below. I love this pad. I think it's gorgeous. So that's what we're going to use. Oh, by the way, it is made by Kai, K-I, and it's called Doyley's Paper Pad. So there is that. It might be Key. Kai? Key? I don't know. All right, so we need several different cuts, and I've made myself a little cheat sheet over here. So I'm going to cut them out, and then I'm going to come back and tell you the measurements. I think it'll be easier that way. Okay, so everything is cut, and now I want to tell you the sizes of everything with my little cheat sheet over to the side. This is 6x6, okay? This is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and so this piece just goes right on top, and it'll have that little edge around it, okay? Then the pocket piece that's going to go on the top is 4 1/2 by 4. So the 4 1/2 side goes here, and then the 4 side goes here, okay? The mat piece on top is a little different. I wanted a bigger, a larger portion of the stripes to show around it. So this one is 3 7/8 by 3 3/8. And then this little piece goes inside the flap. It'll go inside here and hold our money, okay? And so this piece is 3 5/8 by 3 3/4. So the 3 5/8 is this way, 3 3/4 is this way, and this will slide right inside there. And then this little piece we need for our tab. Okay, so I'm just going to keep that. That's a piece that I cut off from there, so I'm going to keep that to the side so I have it. Now, I'll put these measurements in the description below because I know it's a lot to keep up with. So, first things first, I'm going to glue this guy down. He'll be fine to go in and get him into place. And he's just the mat underneath. And like I said, I'm only doing this because I feel like it needs to be a little sturdier because this is just paper. So I like the cardstock for the base. So just put this guy on and get that part done. A little bit of that perforation didn't come off right when I tore it out of the book. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to do some fun stamping. Now this stamp is the stitched. I was so excited to get to use this stamp set because I haven't really gotten to much because I've only been using the Place Photo Here one. But this is the stitched line that is on the stamp set. This is the action set. And so it's back in stock in my store. There's a link below for it. Let me get all that out so we can get going. All right, now I need to find my ink, which I've hidden from myself. I've been playing for a little while this morning trying to figure this card out. So I'm going to just ink this guy up, okay? And then I'm going to run the stitches. Now what I do is I run them all the way to the edge, but you don't have to. You can come in a little bit. You can, you know, come in and like skip a stitch and then just kind of match them up. Now, for the next part, here's what you do. This is how I like to do it. Put that bottom stitch where you want it and then line it up on top of those other stitches you've already made because it's clear, you can see through it. And you'll get a really nice continuous stitch line. You don't have to do it that way. That's just the way I found works really well, is just to kind of overlap them at a certain point. And it works really well, especially if you do this trick. Only ink up like the last half or so because you only got this little spot to do. Put that first stitch where you want it, then overlap those other ones. And there you go. Continuous stitch line. I think it's cool. I love this. I've been wanting one of these stamps for a long time and I was like, well, why don't I just create one? So I did. Keeps me from having to draw stitch lines on everything. And then some of these will be overlapped. Like so. I love it. You guys know how much I love stitching. There we go. Let me bring it up so you can see it. And we have a continuous stitching line all the way around by doing that little overlap method. Isn't that cool? I'm going to do the other parts too because I think the stitching is really cute on all these pieces. So I'll put this one here. And I'm even having to do this at an awkward angle because I'm not able to get over it because I want you guys to be able to see it. And notice I just inked up the very end because I just have a tiny bit here. Put that last stitch where I want it. Line it up with the other stitches. And just press that into place. Cool beans. Alright, let's see about this one. This one's going to be just right. There's that one. Got an awful glare from this side too. I'm making a lot of excuses, so if this is bad, I'm making excuses for it. Alright. Stitches. Then I just need a little bit on the end to finish this up. Just like that. So that one's all stitched. Now let's do this one. You'll be able to see this one much better because it is a lighter color. Alright, so stitches at the bottom. Cute. And I'm going to do stitches here. And I don't think I need a whole lot. Let's just get this inked up. Another thing you can do, if you know you don't need one, you can just clean that one off, which I do that with my finger. You can use a baby wipe. And just do what they call selective stamping, or selective inking, and just ink out the portion that you need. You can do that too. Works pretty well. And then I'm going to finish off this portion. And I only need, let's see, I don't need the last three. So I'm just going to ink up from the last three down. There we go. So that makes it pretty easy to do it that way too. And you end up with this. Isn't it cute? I love it. I love it, love it. Alright, let's do this one. Alright, so I'll do this one and then we'll get back together so you don't have to watch me do it. Okay, so everything is now stitched up and ready to be assembled. And before I do anything else, I want to stamp on here my happy birthday sentiment. And I'm going to show you what I did if I can find my stamp block. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, I have a stamp set that is called Berry Sentimental, and it will be back in stock in May. It's coming back. And in there is a sentiment that says, have a berry happy birthday, and I cut this off. I cut happy birthday off. So I'm going to just put the words happy birthday up here. And that doesn't scare me because I can use this again. I can just stick them right back together and get the have a berry happy birthday just the same, or I can get this little happy birthday sentiment, which I really like the way that looks. It's very dainty. Now on the other cards I used the hashtag, but I don't feel like this card looks like a hashtag. I feel like that other one kind of felt teenagery, so I'm not going to put the hashtag here, but if you wanted to, the little hashtag is right here, and you could just put that right in front of it. So it'd be hashtag happy birthday, but I'm going to leave it just like that. Okay, now then, let's start assembly. Well, let's make our tab real quick, and I got to show you what I got this week. My friend Becca sent me this. Oh gosh, look at this. It's a file tab punch, and look how big it is. It is humongous, and I'm going to take this piece and put it in here. just like so, and punch this out, and I'll show you what it looks like. It's kind of heavy, so I have to kind of use both hands on this one. There we go, and look at that, what I get, that cool file tab. I love that. So she saw that I did not love the one I purchased, and she said, you know what, I've got one, I'm not using it, I'm going to send it to you. So I was like, thank you so much, I will take it. So thank you, Beck, I appreciate that. Okay, now I'm going to score this guy, and I found that scoring it helps me to fold this easier. So that's why I'm scoring it. And I used this color paper on purpose because I wanted that green to show when it's sticking out, because I didn't want it to blend into the background. My fingers are so inky. I need to clean them or I'm going to have ink on everything. Okay, so what I did was I put this in the center, but before I do it, I want to stamp it with the word pull. And that word is in here. And these words are in alphabetical order, so you can find them simply enough. And I'm just going to pick that up and grab some ink. Turn it the right way, that would help. And then I'm going to just stamp pull right here in the top portion there. So that'll say pull. But you can use any sentiment, you know, you could open here, whatever you needed. Alright, and then I'm going to show you my little cheater method for glue. Here's what I did. I put glue on this side, pretty heavy. Then I kind of put it together and let it put glue on both sides that way. Now we do want to make sure we put this in correctly, and this is the way. We want the, let me double check, because it will get completely hidden. That is right. So you want the tall, you want it tall side facing up. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on and center it. You don't have to center it. You could put it to one side. It'd be just as cute that way. So now we have our little tab in place. Now before we move on, let's go on and make our slot here for the cash that we're going to put in it. And what I did was I just kind of lined it up on my board. And literally I took my dollar bill, folded it in half, and decided where I needed that line to go. And my slice line needs to be right here. So I'm going to hold that in place and pull this dollar out. Then I'm going to straighten this up a little bit because that's a little crooked. And then just using my X-Acto, I'm not going all the way to the edge. I'm just going to kind of come in from the edge a little bit and just make a slice. And just make sure it's plenty big enough before we go too far. And it is. And we'll go ahead and get this one ready. We'll take our cashola and stick it in here. Just like that. Whatever amount you put in there, see how cute that is? It's ready to go into the card. So I'm going to set that aside for a second. And now we can assemble the card, which is what I've been wanting to do the whole time, because I love how this looks. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is adhere this down. Now remember, this is a pocket, so you don't want to use a dry glue. You want to use a wet glue so that it will dry, so it'll slide in easy. And you want to make sure you put your adhesive on the correct 3 sides. So if you need to do a little dry run and kind of lay it out, do that. Now this is made so that it is lower on the card. It is not center, okay? So you're going to find a lower spot on the card, about 5/8 of an inch from the bottom. Okay, we'll look at it from both sides and make sure it's good and straight. So there's our pocket in place. All right, and we'll let that dry. Now we're going to add this little guy on top. I just love this little bird. Now if you wanted to apply a ribbon or anything, this would be the place to do it. You can't put ribbon wrapped around this because when you slide your tab in, it'll block it from sliding in. But you could wrap it around this piece, but I don't need it because I did the stitching and I think that is so cute. So there is that one. And now then, we just slide this guy in and this card is ready to be given to somebody. Just like so. Look how cute this is. And it says pull at the top. See that? I love this style of card. I think it's not something you'd find in the store. It's not something you would buy, you know, this size or this shape or this style. And you could have 2 pockets. If you want another pocket, you could do that as a pocket as well. So there we go. A 6x6 card. Let me bring the others over. Here is this one. And then this is the envelope one. So this is the little envelope inside. This has the little pull tab. I took the money out because I used it in the other card, but it just pulls out like so. So there you go, guys. I think they turned out pretty cute, and it's really using this stamp set a lot, this action stamp set. And if you're interested in it, it is there's a link for it below. And I want to tell you what all it says on it. It says bottom, down, flip, fold, from here, hold in, inside, lift, look, me, on, open, out, push, pull, shake, side, slide, spin, tear, tilt, top, to this, untie, up. There's an exclamation point if you need it, a hashtag, a smiley face, a little tongue sticking out face, and a winky face, and then of course the place photo here. So let's say you were having it where you wanted to put a photo, you could put place photo here and the person would know to do that. Not to mention these two arrows, which I forgot to point out, I did use those right here. So there's arrows there, and I also put it on the inside for pull. Alright guys, I'm glad I got to play with that one because I haven't gotten to, and it sold out one time before I even got to play with it. So there you go. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will catch up with you guys on Monday for crafting and tomorrow for our scripture art journaling. And don't forget, we have our 20,000 subscriber giveaway going. And once we hit 20,000, I'll be drawing for a free year of my Stamp of the Month Club. So make sure you're a subscriber. Click that subscribe button. Thanks so much, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.